So, how to make a proper British cup of tea? Normally I boil water in an electric kettle like this, but this is the second time I bought one of these now and they just die. So I won't be using that. I'll be doing it the old-fashioned way, with this on the gas stove, and I'll just probably fill this up to about halfway and put it on to boil. These are tea bags from the UK. These are the Paned Gymraeg that I mentioned. But PG Tips is good. There's also Typhoo. I can't remember any of the others, but yeah, you'll find PG Tips like everywhere, so it's pretty good. So there's like, you can just take one of these and put it in a cup that's about this size, and do it that way. But I drink a lot of tea in one day, so I'm going to be making it in this thing. If you don't have one of these, it's fine. This is actually for making coffee, but I use it for making tea. So you can do it in a cup, one bag for one of those cups. In here I'll use like 3 or maybe even 4 of these if I fill it right up, and if I want a very, very strong cup of tea, or several. Okay, so either, like I said, 1 cup in there or 3 or 4 in there. I think I'm not going to fill it right up. I'll just put 3 in there. Go. Alright. Make sure the water's boiling, like real boiling. As hot as it'll go. And then just gonna probably steam up my phone. Just pour it in. Probably go about there in this case. Okay, and then, you know, if you were doing this in a cup, you'd probably use a smaller spoon, but I need the depth, so just going to give it a bit of a stir. Move it around a bit. It's kind of key to this. So get the water move in a bit. Cool. Now you just let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, couple of teaspoons of just white sugar. 2's kind of sweet-ish. If you don't like it too sweet, then just 1, or if you don't like it sweet at all, then don't put any. 2. Okay, so as I mentioned, you might be tempted to, like, if you're making it in a cup, to put the bag and the milk and the sugar all in and then put hot water on. Don't do that, because the tea won't brew properly because of the milk and because of the sugar. So don't do that. As I made it in a pot, and it's probably ready now, then you can go ahead and put the, you could technically put the milk and the sugar in here, but I don't like to, because the milk cools it down a little bit and thickens, so that it takes a little longer for the sugar to dissolve, and it doesn't always dissolve completely, and you end up with sugar at the bottom. So I always put sugar, or sometimes the tea first and then the sugar and then the milk, but like, it's okay to do this. So this should be a nice color now. Oh yeah, look at that, nice and dark. The proper Valley's cup of tea. And then, like, give it a stir, just to make sure the sugar's all dissolved properly. And then add milk to taste. Like so, depends on how you like it. For me, that's a good color. That's nice, that is. So my Mexican friends will probably recognize these as Mexicanas. They're very nice. I think they're kind of close to what we call rich tea in the UK. If you decide to have some biscuits with, or cookies, but it's, you know, British English, some biscuits with your tea, which is a good recommendation. If you go to a supermarket, you'll find a lot of very, very nice options. digestives, rich tea, custard creams, bourbons, ginger nuts, to name it a few. We have a lot, and they're all very nice. These ones generally for dipping in your tea. Be careful, if you leave it in too long, it'll go floppy and it'll fall in your tea and it'll be ruined. And that's how you make a British cup of tea. Cheers.